Hello car buyers, good morning. I'm Neil from Bath Cars and today's car is the little Nissan Micra. What a little gem this is. It's the automatic as well, so it's got the CVT auto box all working perfectly. It's the 5-door version as well, so really good for carting around little families, etc. And it's the 1 litre, so nice and cheap on the tax, which is £135 a year. 3 keepers from new, nice history to go with it, which is a bit later in the video film, so just stay with us if you're interested. Goes through all the history. Remote locking, power steering, airbag, electric windows, and a manual tilt and slide sunroof. Got the rear wiper, the high level brake light. On the S, 1998, but just 41 and a bit thousand miles on this car with good history and drives absolutely spot on. So a nice desirable little car these, great for parking in town, moving around busy city centres, just select the drive and off you go. So the purpose of this video is just basically to run around some of the points that might interest you a little bit more than coming to see it. So we've got a few minor issues, but nothing of any major consequence. Good colour, it's a metallic turquoise colour. The car has wheel trims on, little 13-inch wheels, and the tyres run round as so. So that one there is about half worn, maybe a splash better. Here's a Falcon on the back here, and that one is a bit better than half worn again, about sort of 50%. This one here is a Continental Contact, and he's actually pretty good, actually, about 90% to go, and that one there about 60% to go. Around the car here, this side is pretty okay, all looking a little minor, few chips on the door edge and a little scuff to the wheel arch. That could just do with touching in, that would be perfect if it was touched in. Little scuff to the rubbing trim. Bonnet's nice and free of stone chips, the glass is great, the mirrors are all good. A little tiny scuff to this wheel arch, not much. There is an impression in this wing here, probably could be pulled out by one of the dent guys, but it's not that bad. It doesn't really notice that bad at all. The main thing with this car is the 41k. We know it's been about for 13, 14 years or so, isn't it? 98, that's 2 plus 13 or 12, so it's a 15-year-old, so she's getting on a bit, but the price of these new is getting up there now. That's got a minor crack, looks like it's been just repaired a bit, but again, not too bad at all. Okay, so there we go, that's the exterior, and I've driven the car for 20 miles, it drives absolutely spot on. Let's go and have a look at some of that history. Okay, welcome to the history and documents then for the little Nissan Micra Auto. So we can see 3 keepers in total. The second keeper owned it from 2001 onwards. The third keeper owned it from 2010 onwards. It's showing as a Nissan Auto, GX model 998cc in blue, registration date 06/08/1998. So on the S, Micra with a timing chain, 2 keys. We've got both keys, both with remote central locking fobs. Just 135 to tax it, which it's elapsed, but we can tax it for you. And the MOT runs out on the 12th of the 8th, 2013. There were a couple of advisories for that MOT. One was a near side front constant CV gaiter slightly deteriorated, and the other CV gaiter slightly deteriorated. So 2 CV gaiters possibly for the MOT next time round. The service book is stamped up and has service records running right the way through it, which we've got main dealers here on this page at 1,500, 2,600, 6,100. Nissan again at 9,000, 13,000, 15,000, 17,000, 19,000, 22,000 and 23,000, 349 in 2009, mid-2009. All main dealer Wessex Nissan. That's it for stamps in the book. Did I see anything else? I think I saw a little bill here. Yeah, there's a bill here to go, done at 38,000 miles, auto economy. I suspect they've probably serviced it from then onwards, and maybe worth a phone call just to check up. Telephone number's there, 0780 700 8929. Maybe I'll have any little bit more detail on servicing. Anyway, £175. That was 2 wheel cylinders on the rear, brake fluids and brake, a couple of bulbs, shoes as well, brake shoes on the rear because it's discs on the rear. Okay, but here we go with Vosa MOT history. 2005 we can see it had 16k, 2006 it had 18k, 2007 it had 20,000, 2008 it had 22,500, 2009 it had 23,300, 2010 it had 27,500, 2011 it had 33,000, and 2012 it had 38,000, which of course is the current MOT. And there's their telephone number again, which is 01452 386 580. Maybe I'll give them a call to see if they've got any other service entries. But it does drive delightfully, this little Nissan Auto. I think that's about as good as you're going to get. Okay, so basically we haven't valeted this car yet, it's just as it is. There's a spare wheel in the back here, looks like a steel spare, and it's inflated, it's got some tread, there's some toolkit, jack, etc. There's some carpet mats. The baggage cover is present, and there's two beefy speakers in the back there. We've got two sets of keys, as you would have seen, remote locking in the back. Nice and clean, no smells. Just again, another light valet will sort this out. 3 inertia wheel belts and a centre lap belt, and velour trim with cloth inserts. Auto remote operated petrol cap, and excellent order pedal rubbers, electric windows as I've said. Driver's seat spot on. Let's jump in and start her up for you. I was going to sneeze, hang on a minute. Oh dear. Right then, we've got airbag, engine light, and a little light for the gearbox as well. All those go out as they should. Car shows 41,806. So power steering, lovely condition steering wheel, tilt and slide glass roof, internal courtesy lights work fine, mirror there, fan, heater, controls all working great, radio works great. The auto box selects perfectly, so drive, neutral, drive. We do have another one which has got a slight problem with that bit there, but again, drives perfectly. And that's a cheaper car if you're interested. Perfect condition there. Somebody's had the books out the way. At the dealer, I expect, not under the seats, are they? Double check that. Doesn't look like it. Normally what happens is the part company somewhere along the line between us and the main dealer, they may come in, you never know, but we do have the service books as you've seen. The handbrake's great, the washers, the wipers clearing nicely as they should, and the rear wiper there as well. That engine sounds great. There is a third of a tank of fuel to go with the car. A little multi-speaker hi-fi system, which sounds very good actually indeed. And it's got a remote fob with a remote locking that works perfectly. So you just press the button like so, locks the car up and unlock. Okay, so there we go then. Sorry it's come on to rain, but hope you get the gist of it. That is a 1 litre 998cc, lovely cheap insurance, cheap tax, cheap to run, 16 valve little micra. Speak to you soon, bye bye.